Hello, welcome to 5 Day with Jay. I'm Jay. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well for you. Things around here are going. It's no different day to day. Just sit down, do the work, move on, get other stuff done. I know a lot of people's life isn't impacted, so hopefully things are going well for you. Writing is going. We're over 10,000 words on gRPC 3. I can't believe I'm in the third book of that series now. Very fun times working on that. I'm in a chapter right now with Phil Smith. I need to give him an actual name for his race, but if you've read the gRPC series, he's a Galparthi. He's a very large creature. He's the one that was in Billy Barbarian. Let's put him over here. Let's see what happens. Because of his situation, he's been out of circulation in the V&A shipping universe for some time. So it's kind of interesting having him come back into it and go, hey, what happened while I was gone? What's going on here? Obviously, he needs to get up to speed. So it's fun to see things through his eyes versus, hey, I know everything that's going on. I know everything that's happened, and I'm ready to just jump in and do this. He's obviously not that type of character, so he's got challenges to overcome. One of the things I've noticed with all of my characters that I write, and I've had people mention this before, and I believe it's because something that happens with me that unconsciously has gotten into my writing. My characters analyze everything and have almost a running conversation in their heads about everything that's happening. And I've seen this before, and apparently it's not something that everybody has. I have an internal monologue that never ends. It continues to run in my head. When I'm doing something, and I believe this, I don't know if this is an ADD thing, I don't know if it's just the way my brain works, but I can be having a conversation with somebody, and at the same time, my brain is analyzing something else. I can be watching a video or a TV show, and my brain is working on something completely different or running a monologue. I can be doing something, doing laundry, sweeping out back, raking leaves, whatever. My brain is running all the time. And it could be thinking about something completely unrelated to what I'm doing. Or it could be thinking about, hey, I'm raking up these leaves. I wonder what other kind of leaves from other trees would be like to rake up. Do bigger leaves, are they harder to rake than smaller leaves? Do they not break down right? Do you just pick them up and put them in a bucket? I mean, my brain doesn't stop processing things. When I'm on Facebook, I could scroll through and not even realize I've been sitting there scrolling for 5 minutes, and I'm still thinking about a post that I was looking at 10 minutes ago, and you completely breeze by everything else. My brain I'll have seen, a meme or even liked a photo that somebody posted, but my brain is busy processing something that somebody else posted. My inner monologue never stops. My brain never stops. It goes all the time. And I believe this is part of why I have such vivid dreams when I go to sleep, is I don't think my brain ever really turns off. I don't know. I rerun past conversations. I'll wonder, okay, why did I react that way? How could I have reacted differently that would have made that conversation go differently or go better? Or why did I have such a challenging time talking to somebody? Why did I type an email in that manner? And I'll overanalyze when I'll send an email, like at work, something happened at work, and I'll send an email. And my brain will analyze for hours, why did I send that way? And I'm still working. I can be researching and analyzing something, but my brain is still processing something else that happened. I don't know. It's just the way my brain works. And when it comes to my writing, my characters do the exact same thing. They all have the running inner monologue in their head. And I do mean every single character. Is this uncommon? Do you have an inner monologue? Does your brain just go, 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 go all the time? I'm not the type that just sits down, has a beer, watches a TV show, and turns the brain off. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. I'll sit down and watch a show like The Curse of Oak Island. Even BattleBots, something mindless like BattleBots. It doesn't happen. My brain does not slow down. My brain does not turn off. And I think that's why I enjoy writing so much, because when I am writing, I'm getting that inner monologue down on the page. I'm working through something. My character is working through something, and it's helping me work through something. For example, I'm working with Phil Smith right now, a character who's reacquainting himself with the galaxy that he left because he was stuck on a backwater planet that he had no way to get off of. I don't know, is my brain processing something when I'm working with this character? I don't know. I just got done rereading the 1,000 words that I've written for Phil Smith already, and I don't know. I don't know why it just hit me today, but his inner monologue just keeps on going, and he's just running through everything that he's been through to get him to the point where he's at right now in this book. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to think about it like that. It's weird to think that all of my characters have this inner running monologue. I've noticed in some of the books I'm currently reading, not all characters seem to have that inner monologue. Not all writers seem to monologue with their characters. Their characters are more analytical. They're more going through an action and doing something versus processing every little step that they're going through. I don't know. Like I said, it's bizarre to realize as I'm reading that not everybody has that continuous running monologue going on in their head. I don't know. It's interesting. And I will reflect on something as I'm writing that happened to me in the past, and it'll end up working its way into a book. The way a character thinks about a weather pattern or a sound. This was something that just happened when I was writing. There was a specific sound, and I'm like, well, what does that sound like? And, oh, it sounds like rain. So I started thinking about what was it like when I was a kid, when I would be in the trailer house that we grew up in, and it would rain, and that specific sound of the rain hitting that metal roof. But we also had an addition to that trailer home, and the rain hitting the wooden part of the house. And you can stand in between and you can hear the two totally different tones. These are the kind of things that run through my head when I'm thinking. And then it's like, well, wait a second. It wouldn't sound like rain. It would sound more like sand in the context of what is being experienced. Because if it were water, it would be frozen in space and it would be impacting the ship as frozen water, almost like sand blasting on metal. And that's the process my brain went through as I was working it through. And I realized Phil is experiencing it as, oh, sounds like rain. Then he realizes, no, it actually sounds more like sand. And that's my brain was going that direction while I'm writing in that direction and coming together to create this scene. All because my inner monologue won't turn off and keeps processing all of these thoughts that happen. I'm currently reading, I meant to start reading Gangster by Scott Sigler, but I'm still reading the three other books that I was working on. Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen, Crazy Cat by, I forget the author, but it's the life and times of the author of, or the artist and creator of Crazy Cat. And I'm reading Brandon Sanderson's book, A Way of Kings. All of these books, extremely different. And I'm realizing that the crazy, Krazy, That book is very much analytical, very, this is what happened, this is how it happened, this is what happened. Bruce Springsteen's book, I very much get into the inner monologue of his head, very much so. You can really feel in his stories how he's an inner monologuer. Reading Brandon Sanderson, the people are very analytical and explain, this is what's happening to me, this is where I need to go. And it's, the three books could not be different that I'm reading. And I'm fascinated by jumping around in these books because it's fun to experience the different styles of writing in each book. At any rate, that's my writing process that I'm currently going through, and it's fascinating to me. As I've always said, I'm a pantser. I sit down, start to write. Just let my brain unlock and unload, and I have fun doing it. But I'm curious, what happens with you? What do you do when you write? How does your brain function when you're putting words down on paper? Are you focusing on the words, or are you focusing on the character and what the character is experiencing? How does your character go through actions and motions and emotions? What happens when you're writing? I would love to hear about it. Drop me a comment below. Would love to interact with you, share what's going on. At any rate, we've gone well over 5 minutes. Been 5 a day with Jay, been 10 a day with Jay. Who knows? I'm so glad you joined me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until next time, stay awesome.